Welcome to CRS Info Solutions. In this session, we are going to cover about constructors in Apex. So, constructors is a kind of uh, special type of concept which we have in Salesforce. Not only in Salesforce, it is there in all the programming languages like Java, C, C++, and even in .NET. So let's see how to use the constructors. And before going to that, we just need to aware of the specific rules. So when you are using constructors, the rules name and the rules is like class name and method name should be same, and there should not be any return type of a specific constructors. That is, we should not use void, we should not use integer, we should not use anything. And this is the syntax. You need to use access specifier, you need to use access specifier, and you need to use class name. And inside that class, you need to use access specifier along with the method name. You will be using it previously. Instead of using method name, whichever the name you used it for class, you have to use the same name again. And inside you need to pass with parameters or without parameters. So in last session, we have seen methods with parameters, and in same way we can pass the parameters to constructors and we can see it, and we can see the methods with parameters also. And you can use the statements inside this. And when you call the constructors, right, you just don't need to create any methods by just using the class name, object name equals new class. If you try to create a objects, it will directly call the specific constructor. It will directly call the specific methods. So let's see how to use the constructor. Okay. So before going to constructor, we can see just how to use the um, methods with parameters. So let's remove all those informations. I'm using without static, and this is non-static method, and I'll just use the parameters. I'll just use integer, um, customer customer number. Now here we don't have anything called customer number. That's why it's showing error. Now I'll just try to print customer number. So now, so when you're calling a method, you will be creating objects. So this is class name, object name equals new class name, and object name dot, you will be having a method name, and you can call it. So previously we don't have any um, parameters. Now we have parameters. This is without return type, we have parameters. So now you can pass the customer number over here. So let's see, I'll pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's ends with semicolon and execute this. Customer info, object name. It's showing customer name as construct. Okay, so this must be passed over here inside the method. So here you can see the output. So whichever the informations you are passing in this place, so that will actually call the method and it will be passed inside the method and it will get printed to you. So this values is passing over here and it's just printing. So You can write the n number of lines inside this methods and you can print the values. So this is how you can pass the parameters to the methods. Now let's talk about constructors. So while using constructors, I have informed you there is a two rules. So one, there should not be any return types, and the method name and this constructor name, this class name would be the same. So now you just don't need to create any methods. You can just call, this is a parameterized constructor where we are passing one value. So you can just pass the values over here and you can execute it. So it will call the method. So you can try even without parameters, and I'm not passing any parameters over here. And here, if you wanted to give any values for customer info, you can give it. So customer integer, customer number equals 1010 and save it, and you can execute this. It will call. So this is the use of constructors. So if you are using class name and method name same without any parameters, I mean without any return types, and here while executing the program in anonymous code window, without creating any objects, I mean without calling any methods, if you just create an object, so that will actually call your constructor. So this is how the constructor will work. So thanks for watching. Let's see you on another session.